Alright YouTube, so Reclaimer here with 2XP Gaming. We're going to be going over a little review here of a very odd game called Goat Simulator. The game didn't really get a great score on Meta. It was about maybe in the 60s to 70s, and a lot of people called it pretty stupid, but the game is very interesting. You get a lot of different things when you play the game, different goats, which sounds odd, but really you're just playing a goat. And you wreak havoc on the community, and that's about the gist of the game. It's very odd if you think about it. There's no point to the game other than just getting points by causing destruction. That's about it. The developers, interestingly enough, they left bugs in the game, which I find interesting. They got rid of the crashing bugs, but basically they left bugs in the game to make some pretty funny moments that happen, with your goats. So just showing you the menu options right now. This is a Steam Workshop game, so you definitely do have a decent amount of options on the Steam Workshop here. Different goats and environments. I didn't get a chance to play around with the Steam Workshop for this game too much. It's just, the game is very perplexing. There's leaderboards, which I find kind of interesting. I don't necessarily know if I would be proud to say I'm the top of the list for Goat Simulator. But there's also a whole bunch of achievements, which you have to do a little work to get them, which I think is interesting. But it's fun. It's fun work. So we're going to go ahead and start off. And that is us. We are Billy Goat, or something along those lines. I just bod. So the ragdoll mode, by entering Q, I'm in ragdoll mode right now, helps you get a lot of different points and fly higher and do a lot of different things. And right now you can lick things. Yeah, there you go. You can lick that watermelon. You can use that to drag items around. And I just did something right there. And headbutt and kick things, and you get little challenges and achievements and things along those lines. So it's just odd. It's very odd, but the developers really did a good job of putting in what you can do with this game. Like, it tells you what you're licking. It tells you what you're headbutting. Everything has a name. Every item in the game has a name. Going in here, I'm gonna ruin the family dinner. Look at this nice family. And apparently they don't see a goat there. I'm licking her chair, and now she has no chair, but she's just sitting there anyway. That's all right. And I said screw this, and they still don't notice me, so now I'm just gonna take care of that. So as you can see at the bottom, you're getting point combos for different things and what you're doing, and winning challenges here. If you can see the ragdoll effects of the folks here. Again, there's bugs left in this game purposely to cause some pretty funny moments. So it's just something to keep in mind. The game is buggy on purpose, so don't freak out if you start noticing some bugs. It's meant to be weird like that. The chair is stuck through the wall. The head seems to flop around all the time. Yeah, so I don't really... Yeah, you can see the game has a lot of bugs in it, but they're funny bugs. They're good bugs. Okay, screw that guy. That lamp. I don't like that lamp. And those things. I don't like them either. So it's this is really the game. It's just causing havoc. There's a lot of awesome things that you can do in ragdoll mode. You can be flying explosions in ragdoll mode, depending on the goat that you have and the abilities of that goat. You can go flying high, and there's a lot of different challenges and achievements that you can win because of doing that. So you want to play around with it. It's definitely something that you don't want to just spend 5 minutes on. I played this game for about an hour, and there's stuff to do in the game, and some of the achievements, the more achievements you complete, the different unlocks you get for the goat. And I'm assuming the Steam Workshop has a ton of different things, and I'm sure there's more to come for this game, that you can just do all these different weird things. And I think this is funny. I always thought this was an funny thing you can do here. I just don't care at all for this garage, I guess. That's a beacon, which has something to do with an achievement. That went away. I don't know how, and now I'm going to take my cardio, and yeah. So he did not like the treadmill so much. And it's actually funny because if you do that, you run back and you cause an explosion, and if I would have went into ragdoll mode, I probably could have done a whole bunch of different things through that. So there's a lot. It's actually a fairly big map. I mean, there's not really too much. And they got hit by a car there. There's not really too much to it, but At least at first glance, there's not too much with it. And then eventually, see, it's just, this goat has no luck, man. But he gets right back up and he keeps going. I always thought this was funny. I'm like, forget this. Who cares about your rally or whatever you're doing? They run away. They make the funniest noises. They hide. I just don't get it. This boulder I thought was interesting. And again, this just shows some of the physics involved. You know, you headbutt things or you lick them to move around. And I'm only showing a very small portion of the map. I believe I purchased this for $10. Now, here's a bug. I'm stuck in the boulder. This is not supposed to happen. So I actually have to use ragdoll mode and try and move myself around here. Yeah, I don't know. And somehow, I think I get out of this somehow. I'm headbutting it inside the boulder. I am part of this boulder now. I can't get out. So, I mean, for $10... I don't know. It really depends on what type of games you like to play. See, and I think I'm gonna have to respawn here because I'm just, I don't know what I'm doing in the graphics settings, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm gonna respawn. I could not get out of that boulder. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the boulder because there's achievement involved with the boulder. It really, so like I'm getting back to in terms of the price point, $10. It really depends on the type of games you like to play when you're bored. This is not a game you should buy if you're looking to be heartily fulfilled. If you've ever played the Stanley Parable, which I will do a review on at some point, this is... I don't want to say it's like the Stanley Parable. I don't think anything compares to the Stanley Parable in terms of the type of dry humor that's part of it. But, wow, I'm a very powerful tongue here. So... it's odd. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, I made that happen, or oh, I'm doing this. Look at this bug. If you are looking for a game that you're gonna get a lot of fulfillment from, you probably shouldn't spend the $10 because you're gonna get it. You're gonna think it's stupid as hell, and you're gonna wish you never downloaded it. So I don't recommend it if you're not into things like this. But if you've been watching the gameplay and you see like, oh, okay, that might be fun, then maybe it is worth $10. It is only $10. You get some Steam achievements. Again, Steam Workshop really offers you a lot of different things that you can do, and I'm sure there's going to be more to come. I think it's one of those, I want to say, a cult classic type of game where it's like, oh, Goat Simulator, yeah, I remember that. That game was dumb, or that game was cool. So really, I mean, if I had to give this a star rating, I'm guessing I would say, oh gosh, 2.5 to 3 stars maybe. I think, you know, for me, I like this type of stuff because when I'm bored, I like to go ahead and tinker around and have some fun with it, and I think it's funny. But it's not one of those games where it's like, oh man, that was awesome. You know, you're not going to find that in Goat Simulator, and that's all right. It's not meant to be something like that. The stuff that you find online about this game in terms of what the developers do, it's witty, it's funny, it's dry humor, and I mean, this gives you all the advantages of being a goat and none of the consequences. So I do think, you know, if you like it, $10, not a problem. If you don't like games like this, don't spend the money. Not going to be worth it for you. Oh, look at that. Yep, so that's what I got. So this is Reclaimer for 2XP Gaming. If you like what you saw, if you want to see more content, or if you want to follow us, please do so. Follow us on Twitter at 2XP Gaming. You can go to 2xpgaming.com, follow us on Facebook, or comment on the video below. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, this is Reclaimer from 2XP Gaming, signing off.